So these people believe they are Africans. They live in Africa, but then they don't allow any blacks in their town. Now, I didn't even know that there's a place like this in Africa until Wodimaya went to this place. The name of this place is called Orania. It's in South Africa. Now, these people are Dutch settlers who came to South Africa in the 17th century. And according to them, they bought the land from the government. The people from this place are called Afrikaners. Now, these people have their own culture. They have their own currency. They have their own flag and everything.
You get it?
If you want to be part of this community, first of all, you have to be a white person. That is the key factor. And second of all, you have to be fluent in their language, which is the Afrikaans.
Look at my face.
And third, you have to be a Calvinist Christian, and your record has to be clean. You don't have to have any criminal record.
Hello guys, welcome to The Real Watchlist. I'm your host Betty. If you're new here, welcome, and please consider subscribing to the channel. So, what I'm about to share feels like history flashback, but it's happening in 2025. A group called ARC and SARS, Return to the Land, is creating whites only town. No black people, no Jews. Now, get this. History taught us that when some white people try to keep out of black people, they often regret it later because they lose the culture, the innovation, and the community we all share. Now guys, Return to the Land is operating in Ozarks on 160 acres. They've built cabins, road, wells, a school, a community center. Yeah, only about 40 people live there, vetted by ancestry. The founder said, "You want a white nation? Build a white town. It can be done." Guys, before we continue, let's just pause and watch what people had to say.
I need y'all to understand that those people do not intend to leave us alone in their little town in Arkansas. It's recently been in the news that some chalk children in America have decided to create their own whites-only town. And when asked by a reporter, they made it seem as though that they intend to just have a town of their own and resources of their own and just live off the land, returning to the land. A land that they stole through crimes against humanity, but who's counting? Many brothers and sisters' take on this is, hey, we don't care if y'all have your own, just leave us alone in the process. I mean, every time we've tried to do that, y'all have burned our towns down. And I'm just here to tell y'all that unfortunately, they do not intend to leave us alone. In the interview with the colonizer that wants to found this whites-only town in Arkansas, they're making it seem as though they just want to live in peace. We must remember that these are people that have never known peace. They didn't know peace when they was by themselves in the ice-cold mountains of Europe, and they're not going to know peace in the middle of Arkansas. In the 70s, there was a black scholar that broke down white supremacy into an equation. The same way that E equals MC squared, white supremacy equals white power over non-white powerlessness. And so that means that white supremacy cannot live in an environment where non-white people have any form of power. Because if there's no non-white people around, who are they superior to? Nothing they have achieved has been achieved by leaving people alone. It's like if your son or daughter said they didn't want to live in the house anymore and lock themselves in their room. In order to eat, brush their teeth, or do anything, that child would have to come outside the room. And it's the same thing for them. At some point, they are going to need resources and labor, and that's when they turn to us. And if we have our own power and our own resources, then we have no reason to share with them. And that is when they destroy what we have so that we have to work with them. Don't be fooled. Just like the movie Sinners, it all starts out nice and pleasant, but they have ulterior motives.
You're absolutely right. Whites-only towns back in the day were what we called sundown towns. So a sundown town were towns where black people knew not to be caught after dark. Not because we didn't want to be there, but because it wasn't safe. That wasn't a suggestion. That was a survival rule. So now here we are in 2025, and y'all think y'all invented something new with an all-white town in Arkansas? No, baby, this is a remix. And the wild part, honestly, for me, the system is set up to benefit whites in America, yet they still felt like they needed a whites-only town to be able to feel like they're prospering. Think about it. How mediocre do you have to be when the whole deck is stacked in your favor and you still like, nope, we still got to create an environment that we can win. That tells me you know you can't compete in the real world, even when you know the rules are written to help you. And y'all call it a safe space, but let's be honest, a safe space for who? Because black people in America, we never had the luxury of creating a safe space in which we could keep it to ourselves without white America coming in and totally destroying it. Meanwhile, you're out here begging for media coverage to show off your gated bubble. So yeah, sundown towns have always existed, and we know their history. The difference now is we're not scared. We're not running, and we're not going to lose no sleep over it. If that's the space you need to feel relevant, go ahead. Because here's the truth. Black people don't care about being in your little sundown sequel. We care about making sure our communities get what they deserve. And that's something no sundown town can stop.
Welcome back, guys. Now, guys, Arkansas's lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans say it's racist and anti-systematic. The Attorney General is reviewing it. But because it's a private group, RTTL claims it's legal. But guys, legal experts say that that's not how the law works because it's still likely to violate civil rights. Historically, when white community exclude white people, they miss out in jazz, sports, business, White-only areas end up empty and lifeless. You can't erase people and expect life to stay the same because culture doesn't actually grow in isolation. Guys, this isn't just an isolated project. It's part of a broader movement. RTTL is inspired by Orania in South Africa and similar schemes are erupting, guys. Guys, this is racial separatism dressed in heritage preservation, and it's dangerous. If you think removing black community from your world won't cost you, history says otherwise. Our music, our food, so much more that keeps communities vibrant comes from black culture. Segregation weakens, it isolates, it fails. So guys, what do you think? Please tell me in the comments. Do you think that this whites-only town will last? Or will it just crumble with the culture it's trying to escape? Guys, also leave a like and share if you believe in unity and not separation. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been The Real Watch List. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. Till the next one, guys. Bye.